Meta launched a version of its most powerful AI model. What's different? Well, anybody is able to code and do it right from their own home. It's the release of Muse Glimmer. It's accompanied by a 14-page essay from Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg, where he lays out his vision for the future of AI. And he's saying it's to push to democratize the technology. Live now to Chief Technology Correspondent for Axios, Ina Fried. So, Ina, it's a manifesto. Makes it seem like a huge deal. Manifesto. What's in it?
Well, he's trying to address a few different things here. He's trying to counter the doomerism first and foremost. He's trying to paint an optimistic vision for what AI is going to bring. So the first thing he really tries to do is contrast himself with the people that are saying this is something you need to worry about. And so he goes point by point around the environmental concerns, working with communities where there's data centers. He talks about cybersecurity and how AI can be a good thing. He talks about jobs and how it's going to create new entrepreneurial opportunities, even as it does perhaps get rid of some of the traditional jobs that we're used to. So that's one big point. The other is to say, look, we're back in the game. Meta has been behind in AI. They spent a fortune to bring in Alexander Wang. He's been leading an effort for around a year-ish now to kind of rebuild from the ground up. And they're saying, look, we have something worth checking out. And they're returning to open source. And then the last thing he wanted to do was push back a little bit on the government, the US government's push to kind of require these lengthy evaluations of new models, saying that that could threaten our position vis-a-vis China, saying we're willing to work with you, US government, but don't make us go through a long process. That would be dangerous.
He also talks about something called superintelligence. How does Zuckerberg define this? And in this context, what's the mission here?
It's not super specifically defined, but basically when we're talking about superintelligence, we're talking about computer intelligence that's above what humans have. And that really is coming. There's no question that these AI models are getting better and better, and that they're already pushing what humans are capable of in a lot of areas. So he's preparing for a world much like the other AI companies, where these models actually help improve themselves and get to a point where they're more capable than we are, which to me is a scary point. I know he tries to put a really good spin on it, but I think there are a lot of dangers in creating this kind of AI, especially if we don't do it safely and we don't take our time.
Well, something I know for sure, Ina, is that your glasses, those vintage glasses, do not have cameras in them like we saw Zuckerberg had. Nice to see those cool glasses on CBS News 24/7. Hope to see you back here very soon. You have a great day. Ina Fried, have a good one.